One of the things I never got to do was play in the World Series of Poker. Ever since I was 18 when I first saw the 2003 main event on ESPN, which ignited the poker boom after Chris Moneymaker, an amateur, won the title, I was fascinated with the game of poker and mythos of the gambler. 2006 would be the earliest I could play, needing to be 21. But I never had the money nor the will to save up extravagant amounts to pony up the $10,000, or even as little as $1,500 for smaller events in the series. Year after year would go by, and I would have to watch someone else make history. It really was fantasy for me. I knew the history of the World Series of Poker, and it felt romantic. Doyle Brunson, Stu Unger, Johnny Chan, Phil Hellmuth. If you won the main event, you were a legend. End of story. Maybe not the best player won it every year, but you were world champion. Even notorious prop bettor and 72 champion Amarillo Slim was recognized as such, appearing on Johnny Carson in a variety of panel shows as champion of the world, like a prize fighter. I gave up this dream in my late 20s when I realized how much the game had changed and how far behind I was in skill level. I had spent hundreds of hours in casinos grinding out 1-3 and 2-5, and I was an okay player. Usually, I could find the weakest player at the table and exploit them. Sometimes, that was harder when that player was me. By my 30s, I had zero illusions of ever entering any of the prestigious events and a chance to win a coveted gold bracelet, signifying my place amongst the elites. And when I got sick, the choice was no longer mine. I would never grind out several days to win a deuce to seven no-limit tournament. I would never hoist my hands in the air as I rivered a two-outer against my poker idols. I would never get to use my wits for anything more than keeping myself alive. Casinos are funny places. They offer the possibility of hope. I've seen it so many times. Elated and optimistic couples or a cohort shuffling in, thinking they're going to be the ones to take the house. Or, in the case of poker, go on what they today call a sun run, where even your wrong moves, as Edward G. Robinson once said in The Cincinnati Kid, are made at the opportune time. Alas, one by one, hope turns to what the people who built the place already knew. The odds are in favor of despair. That's often how I feel now as another World Series of Poker summer has gone by, and all I could do was watch. The rooms that were once so full of life only yielded 80 winners or so, with tens upon tens of thousands of entries having to leave empty-handed. Now the chairs and tables are all packed up, and all that's left are the empty spaces between a sure thing and drawing dead. My chronic illness feels much the same. Trapped in a liminal space where potential once stirred but now only stagnates and has become as inert as a rusted money wheel. I have nothing left to put up. I've gone bust. My bankroll, like my energy, is tapped. But what really infuriates me is that I was addicted to all the wrong things. I should have had the same devotion to living life as I did to how the dice rolled or wherever the cards may fall, as they say. There's a great film about gambling addiction called California Split, and the alternate ending after these two degenerates, played by Elliot Gould and George Segal, go on a run of a lifetime in Reno, are parting, and Segal rolls down the window and asks Gould, "Charlie, what are you going to do with your life?" And he replies after a beat, "I'm going to take the best price I can." When my movie ends, I want to be able to say the same thing. Win, lose, or draw.